Okay, last one. Let's see if this is better.
I hope you guys could hear me okay. It's the first meal service of the flight. There were 3 options. 1, the classic bibimbap. 2, Mexican style beef stew. And then 3rd was an Asian style curry rice. I always get the bibimbap, so I wanted to try something different. I also wasn't feeling very bibimbap, so I got the beef stew. So let's see if I made a good choice trying something new today. It is 11:26 p.m. and it's our second meal service, which is strange to say the least. I should be asleep, but the options were chili tomato sauce pasta and a Chinese stir-fried chicken with fried rice, and that's the one that I got. Looks like there's kale salad, bread, carrot cake, and then the entree, which is the chicken and fried rice. Let's try it.
그래요?
Good morning from Korea. I didn't film an intro before we left though, so I'll do a quick TLDR. My parents were planning to go to Korea, so I was like, cool, I'm going with y'all. So we'll be here for 2 weeks. It's actually been a few days since we got here, but the first 2 days, my parents had a few doctor's appointments, I had a few consultations, so they were more like errand focused, versus I feel like today is gonna be the first day where we start doing stuff. But also it was hard to film the first 2 days because jet lag has just been jet lagging. It's actually not as bad as it has been in the past, because typically in the past when we would fly to Korea, we would always book a night flight, thinking that we would sleep on the plane all night and then start our day when we land the next day in Korea, but that's just never the case. Sleeping on planes is hard, and so we would barely get any sleep, and then we'd have to get through a whole day in Korea, and we would just be so tired. Versus this trip, we flew at 12:30 p.m. and then landed around like 5-6 p.m. in Korea the next day, so I much prefer that flight. And then we just got to the hotel and then knocked out. But the jet lag has been jet lagging in the sense that I'll just like keep waking up during the middle of the night because my body's confused, and then I have been crashing at 4 p.m. When it hits like 4 p.m. I'm like basically a zombie because that's midnight PST, but I try to make it through the night, and then I've been going to bed around like 9. Yesterday was better, I went to bed around 10. So I think like 2 more days and hopefully this jet lag will be a lot better. Anywho, since I'm up early, a lot of things in Korea don't open until like 10 a.m. So today's breakfast run was a GS25 convenience store run. So I'll show you a haul of what I got. I got 4 of these Greek yogurt pouches. They were buy 2 get 2 free. My parents wanted these too, so I got these. And then of course I got a coffee and the banana milk. I've actually never tried the coffee and banana milk combo, but I grew up on these, and this brand specifically has been my favorite. I haven't had a banana milk in so long, and they didn't have the ice cups because the GS25 I went to was pretty small. So I'm just gonna drink some of this, pour this in there. And then I got a triangle tuna kimchi kimbap, and then I also got kimchi 볶음 kimbap. So that is, if you heard that, that was my stomach. First, I want to try this. I've had banana milk in so long.
그건 나쁜 건 아닌데.
Cheers. I don't taste the banana milk at all. Yum. And then you just push up from the bottom. What I'm most excited about in Korea is the cafe culture. If you know anything about Korea, it's that their cafe culture is literally unmatched. So today, first stop is Nudake. I think that's how you pronounce it, but I'm very excited. So let's go. Cheers. Ooh. Wait, that's actually so good. Why did I low-key think that was not gonna be good, but that's so good. Yum. Okay, Korea, I wasn't familiar with your game, which is contradicting because I literally just said that Korea is known for their cafe culture, but I know they're known for their cafe culture, but I wasn't sure about their coffee, the coffee itself. I don't know why I was initially thinking that this wasn't gonna taste good, but this is gas. And the fact that the ice cubes are coffee, love that. When it comes to my coffee, I'm like pretty anal about the level of sweetness. I don't like my drinks too sweet, and this is perfect. It's not too sweet, but it's also not sweet either. Now let's try the cake. Cheers. Oh, it's pistachio. People who know me know that I don't love sweet things, and I'm not really like a big cake or pastry person. And for example, when it comes to breakfast, a lot of people are sweet on sweet. Like they'll have a iced vanilla latte plus French toast or something, and I can't do that. I hate the sweet on sweet, but right now I have a sweet coffee and a sweet cake. But even then, sweetness isn't overpowering at all. And the filling, the pistachio filling is so good. But this, 10 out of 10. This beats any coffee that I've had in SD by far, which is crazy because this is my first coffee of the trip. I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in a minute, but today is a very cold, gloomy, and probably rainy day. Yesterday was 10 times worse. We didn't do anything yesterday because it was raining all day, but because of the weather, today is going to be an indoor type of day. So we're currently at COEX Mall. It's going to be my first little shopping spree of the trip, but we're going to eat some lunch first, and then I'm also in desperate need of some coffee, and then we'll get to shopping. Figured we could eat together while I yap and update y'all on this trip so far. I feel like I haven't been vlogging all that well. We've been here for 5 days now, and the first week here has just been a lot more hectic than I expected because we've honestly just been running around to a bunch of appointments. If you know anything about Korea, a lot of people come out here, or while you're here, people prioritize everything like health, wellness, beauty. And so I've had 3 double eyelid surgery consultations. I got my nails done. I got my makeup professionally done. Then my parents have also had a few doctor's appointments. Regarding my double eyelid surgery consultations, I've been wanting double eyelid surgery for a while now, but I wasn't really sure when that would happen. And so when my parents told me they were planning to go to Korea in April, I was like, oh, I could go with them and possibly get double eyelid surgery then. So how the process usually is, if you're a foreigner, is the patient can reach out to the clinic. Usually it's via Kakao Talk or WhatsApp. A lot of these clinics now, either the doctors themselves speak English or they have in-house translators. You're communicating with a consultant. They ask you to send pictures of your eyes. They consult with the doctor on their own, and then they come back with a recommendation virtually. And then you end up doing that with a bunch of different clinics. And once you end up deciding which clinic and surgeon that you want to get your surgery at, you book a surgery date. But booking a surgery date means you have to put down usually a 10% deposit, and if you end up canceling that appointment, then you lose the 10%. The thing is, I wasn't comfortable booking a surgery date without having met physically with the doctor, because when you're consulting, sure, the consultant is coming back to you with a recommendation from the doctor, but you're not speaking with the doctors themselves. And I feel like that's really important, at least for me, because my biggest criteria with double eyelid surgery is I don't want to go to a factory clinic. That's what they call it here, where there's obviously very high demand in a country like Korea for anything cosmetic and beauty related, especially because a lot of foreigners also come to Korea to get certain beauty work and treatments done. So a lot of these clinics have a bunch of doctors and a bunch of patients that they churn out on like a daily basis. And so that's why it's called a factory clinic, because it's like you and probably 30 other people, and they just take you in and spit you out in like an hour. I don't know how exactly it goes. I didn't want that. I wanted everything medical or cosmetic related. I wanted to feel very personalized. I didn't really want to feel rushed. I wanted to feel heard. I wanted to feel cared for. I ideally wanted to go somewhere that more so specialized in just like double eyelid surgeries, smaller clinic, less doctors, more personalized, because a lot of clinics also do a bunch of different things like double eyelid surgery, rhinoplasty, liposuction, all that stuff. That's not to say factory clinics can't get the job done. There's a reason why a lot of foreigners end up going to factory clinics, because usually, even if you're there for a limited time, they probably have availability, versus these smaller or potential clinics that have less doctors. There's a lot more constraints that come with it. Let's say I come and meet with a clinic day one. It's very unlikely that they'll have availability in the next 2 weeks that I'm here. So I ended up ultimately deciding, okay, this trip I'm just gonna prioritize meeting these doctors and going to these clinics, vibe checking the doctors first, and then ultimately deciding where I want to get my surgery. And then I'm just gonna have to come back another time and dedicate that future trip to just the surgery itself. I'll keep you guys updated on that process down the line. But this weekend we're currently at Namisam or Nami Island with my dad's side of the family. We're doing like a little weekend getaway. But yeah, I'll probably see you guys back in Seoul. Current plan is Sunday, Monday, we're gonna visit my mom's side of the family, and then hopefully me, at least, I'm planning to go back up to Seoul Tuesday night ideally, because I feel like I haven't done anything here. Besides my double eyelid stuff, the 2 biggest reasons why I wanted to come to Korea were, 1, the cafes here. If you know me, you know I love me a good iced coffee. And the second thing is shopping. I literally brought an empty carry-on suitcase with the intention of it being filled with Korean skincare, clothes, makeup, bags, what have you by the end of this trip. And I feel like I haven't properly done either of those two things. So I'm like itching for next week, but also next week is equally busy because there's a few remaining appointments that I need to go to. So yeah, it's gonna be a busy next few days. 2 weeks is literally gonna fly by. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update because I feel like I haven't properly done one yet. So I'll probably see y'all back in Seoul maybe. But definitely be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for my next few Korea vlogs because I'm super excited for those.